Hi everyone, welcome back to the Euro Perfumes YouTube channel. Today you have Nadia and Claudine, and we are going to be talking about home fragrance.
Very excited because we have something new to show everybody, and I wouldn't say new as in like yesterday, but for the last 6 months we've been representing an amazing heritage brand called Dr.Vranjes, and I'm excited to dive into it a little more because I feel like it's so relatively new to everybody.
Yeah, I think so.
So I think let's just start off with the basics of who is Dr.Vranjes.
So Dr. Vranjes is a man of many talents. His name is Dr. Paolo Vranjes. He studied chemistry, pharmacy, and cosmetology. He is from Florence and is extremely proud of that. He also co-founded a pharmacy in 1983.
Yep.
So his presence has been around for over 40 years, or
Yes, 40
just
years.
crossing into 40 years, math. He co-founded that pharmacy in 1983. In 1998 is when Rosso Nobile was born. And so that was when, you know, having a background in chemistry, he was able to kind of mix these formulas together and developed this fragrance. And so it was starting to sell in the pharmacy. And in 2008, in 2000, let's go in chronological order here, Nadia. So 1999, the fragrance was founded. In 2000, he started doing home decor. And then in 2008 was when the brand was officially born. So he decided to make it its own entity. And so we have all of these wonderful products we see before us.
Voila, yes. And it's amazing because the first juice that he created was Rosso Nobile, which today is the #1 seller for the brand.
So good.
It's amazing. It's actually what you see right in front of us today, which we'll dive into a little more. But Nadia, the question is, as a new consumer, what are you getting? How are you starting off?
Yeah, so
And I can help you with that one too.
yes. So when you receive your order, if you're getting the diffuser, so the diffusers come in multiple sizes. Do you want to explain to us a little bit about the sizing, and then I'll go into what you get?
Of course. So for the diffuser range, you have multiple size options. So you have the 250 ml, which is the itty bitty one. You have the 500 ml, which is right in front of me, that is open. Thereafter, you have 3 additional sizes, which is the 1250, the 2500, and then you have this beautiful big boy right here, which is the 5000 ml. And then, to continue, you have the candles.
Yes.
So we have the 500 gram candle right in front of us today, but you do have 3 size offers. So you have the 200 gram, which is a little smaller than this, and then you have 1,000 gram, which is coming relatively soon. We're going to launch that in like the new year.
Yep.
So it'll be a little bigger, but really, really affordable price points and the perfect gift. And I think to really end it is very exciting for me. I'm like, oh my God, not only can you like scent your home, but you can scent your car. And they have car parfums, which are very chic.
Yes.
So those are the size offerings.
Yeah, wonderful. So when you do order one of the diffusers, you're going to receive your reeds separately from the bottle itself. So the two will come together. They'll come separately, but you have to gift them together, of course. The reeds are a very critical piece of the diffuser system. They are pretty much the key to the diffuser system. And so it's super important that the reeds that you're using the appropriate size reeds that come with the size that you got. So I don't know if you knew, but the reeds were actually, the number of reeds, the thickness, and the length of them all vary between the different sizes. Obviously, as you can see, those reeds are much differently, very differently sized than these ones are, because these ones belong with our big boy over here. But the reeds are important because the number of reeds and the thickness of them helps to block the opening of the neck of the bottle, and that stops oxygen from going inside and from the evaporation from happening quickly. So as the reeds kind of fill the neck of the bottle, it helps the fragrances then absorbed into the reeds, and then it helps to stop the evaporation of the juice.
I didn't even know that actually, so that's amazing.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And so the good thing about the reeds is that when you first use them, so kind of best practice is to put them in, obviously, let them soak for about an hour, and then you're gonna give them a flip. And that's gonna help the fragrance just really kind of soak and saturate that reed. And so depending on how much burst of fragrance you would like in your space, you can flip the reeds as often as you want. So with this one, especially since it is this kind of dark wine color, you really want to make sure that you get that excess juice off of the reed before you flip it, just to avoid staining anything or having drips happen.
Great point.
But it's there's a lot of kind of key information on the reeds.
Yeah, and I think just to your point, kind of going back on the reeds, of course, always make sure that the end consumer is receiving these two items together. Now, when you receive your stock in store, this is how it works in terms of diffusers. The 500 ml is your standard diffuser size. So for every flavor you order into, you will receive a complimentary tester. However, for Rosa Nobile being the best seller, you will receive every size as a tester for size representation. So essentially here, which we don't have it displayed, you would have all 5 diffuser sizes out.
In store, again, as I was mentioning about the evaporation, obviously with natural evaporation, you're gonna start to see the level of the juice decrease. It's really important both in store and at home to keep the neck filled to where the bottle starts to curve here, and in order to do that, they do sell refills. So the refill is actually one of the most popular SKUs because obviously it's important, as I mentioned, to keep your bottles filled, but it just kind of shows that people really enjoy and love these fragrances because they keep going back to them. So the refills are great because you can, again, keep your bottle filled up to the top, which allows for that projection, and then also as the juice starts to get lower without you refilling it, the more oxygen that's in the bottle, the faster the juice is going to evaporate. So you do always want to keep it topped up to kind of allow that kind of slow evaporation. And then for the reed, so you can, it is suggested that after every two, maybe 3, depending on how frequently you're turning your reeds and things like that, to replace the reeds. So for, let's say, this bottle and then maybe just the refill, once you go through that in terms of juice, it is suggested to replace the reeds because you won't get that kind of throw from the reed as much
That's
anymore.
a great point, exactly.
Yeah. One of the best practices in understanding a consumer and helping them find what's best for them is to understand where they want the fragrance. Of course, the car parfum, right in that car. Your candles somewhere that is away from anything that can burn, obviously not on something, a surface that is going to get hot and or, is not fabric, exactly, anything like that, just regular candle safety. But when it comes to the diffusers, of course, there's flexibility in where you can put them in the home. It is suggested to have them in places where there is constant airflow. So in kind of walkways or in the middle of rooms where people are constantly kind of walking by. Depending on the size of the room, depends on the size of the bottle that you want to buy. And so if you have, maybe a powder room or something, a little bit of a smaller room, you can go with the smaller size. It is suggested if you're doing 1 to put it in the middle of the room. If you are doing 2 of the smaller sizes, to put them on opposite ends of the room so that they fill their respective spaces, which then fills the entirety of the room. Of course, the bigger the room starts to get, the bigger the size of the diffuser needs to be. So of course, our 5,000 ml guy over here will definitely warrants a much larger room, and will be able to fill that room with fragrance appropriately.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking foyer entry here, but like To be very honest, which
Mm-hmm.
you don't find often, these fragrances really project.
Absolutely.
I mean, the quality of the reeds, the quality of the juice. We're literally sitting here. I know we're very close to it.
Yes.
But I mean, the whole room smells like Rosa Nobile. So I think just the quality, the heritage of this brand, its uniqueness amongst different home brands that are out there really makes this truly stand out as a very luxury item.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think kind of speaking to that, all of the bottles or the diffuser bottles I can use, well, maybe they won't be able to see, I'll use this one. The bottles are actually shaped after the iconic Duomo in Florence, where I mentioned Dr.Vranjes is from. Again, he's very proud of that and really wanted to pay tribute to that. All of the tooling and craftsmanship is all Italian, and so they all obviously kind of have. Oh, look at that beautiful spray! I know, it's so good.
Yeah, so iconic to do.
And so it's they all look really beautiful on shelf next to one another. They look beautiful in your home as well, and will make it smell great.
Amazing. Thank you for this.
Yeah.
I even learned some things.
Wonderful.
I love it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. You can find Dr. Vranjes at your local department store or independent fragrance retailers. So there's Neiman Marcus, Bergdorf Goodman, Saks Fifth Avenue, and of course, as I said, your local fragrance retailer.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so everyone, thank you again for tuning in. Please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned for our next video. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.